Hello everyone, I Basair Khan. The topic which I am going to discuss today is something which is related to university or college life. Before starting with that discussion, I would like to say some lines that when someone is rude, keep a smile on your face. And when you keep a smile on your face, it stays on the high road and which brings joy and also takes the powers of others. So before starting with the discussion that what was the regulation issued by the UGC in the year 2009, let's discuss what is the history of ragging and how there was a shift from your cooperation among the students to your exceptionally brutal, hostile and your ruthless social form of ragging. Ragging is your Western culture where there is incorporation among the students, that is your seniors, juniors in the in your schools or universities. Nevertheless, this interaction among the students in the schools and university have taken exceptionally ruthless, hostile or your brutal in the social form. So in order to curb the menace of this ragging, the UGC, that is your University Grants Commission, issued a regulation in the year 2009, and this regulation is something which is very important as it consists as one of the most important things and things which are required for the prevention of this ragging, which states that what ragging constitutes and how we can file a harassment complaint, and what are the function of your complaint committee, and what are the punishment, and if any the student of the university acts outside the outside the premises of your university, what action need to be taken against that student. And also we're going to discuss about what is the power of this chairperson. So before starting with the all the parts, let's discuss first one of the most important thing, that what ragging constitute. Ragging constitute many different factors. Like one of the factors, like if any of the student act of the university or any of the students of the university expressed or by your verbal expression try to poke or treat or handle in such a disrespectful manner with your freshers or any of the student of the university, or indulging into your indisciplined activities, or if any of the students of the university which cause hardship, likely to cause hardship or your physical fear, or like any of the student of the university demonstrate an act to be done by the individual that individual won't in the common course do, which has the impact of causing a torture, humiliation and fear. And also the act of physical abuse, like your sexual assault or your obscene acts and etc. These constitute ragging. And also your mental health, as we all know, with the physical we need mental health as well. So when any of the student, like if any of the student or any freshers who suffer from this kind of mental health due to this ragging, it also affects the psychological, even your physical factor as well, because they are associated to each other. So in this regulation, what the UGC regulation has stated, that even if a student who suffer from any of your mental issues or mental health problem or something like that, they can also complain in this complaint committee which was issued in this regulation. So now let's discuss what this complaint committee is all about, which is issued. As per the regulation which was issued by the UGC in 2009, now it is mandatory for every university to shall have an anti-ragging committee who shall conduct the inquiries and also look upon the complaints by the student of the university. Now this anti-ragging committee shall be selected or headed by the head of the establishment, that consists of your delegates of the civil or a police organization, your student representative and also your guardian representative, faculty members or any nearby media. Now apart from this anti-ragging committee, there is also one advisory group who is going to help the complainants for for maintaining of the record and also for taking down the grievances with the police. Now, if any act which involves the university student, and that act was done outside the premises of the your university or the college, whether this anti-ragging committee will going to cover this case or not. Now, since if any of the student who is in the capacity of the senior or the student of the university does some act, if does something some act which is outside the premises of the university or the college, it shall be covered by the your anti-ragging committee. Now if any of the student want to file this harassment complaint, now how they are going to file it? Now if any of the student who is willing to file this any of the ragging complaint or harassment complaint, they can directly approach to this chairperson or any of the member of the anti-ragging committee, as it is mandatory for the university to display the contact and the contact details and your name of the members of the your anti-ragging committee to display on the campus and also in the website of this college or university. If they fails to do so, they will be penalized. And also, if any of the student who if they are not willing to approaching to any of the anti-ragging member, they can also complain to your principal or any of the other faculty member. Now it's the responsibility of that faculty member or if principal, so they have to direct this to this anti-ragging committee, because the act which involves ragging or your harassment should be taken into consideration only by the anti-ragging committee. Now what are the function of this anti-ragging committee? Now this anti-ragging committee function is that if any of the student who file this complaint, now it is the duty of the anti-ragging committee to within 24 hours to take the action against this. They need what they need to do is they need to find out that whether this complaint is under the penal code. If they does so, then they need to also lodge an FIR against that student. And that anti-ragging committee ought to be guaranteed that complainant isn't oppressed or misled. The board can likewise continue further its own inquiry also until unless this the measures which was issued by the regulation of 2009. Now, what are the punishment does the guilty entail? Now, it is the duty of the anti-ragging committee to decide the case according to the facts decide the punishment according to the facts and circumstances of the case and also the gravity of the incident. Now this regulation of 2009, every university is required to take an affidavit from the student and also the signature of their guardian, that if that student involved in ragging directly or indirectly, if found guilty, shall be liable for the punishment under your penal laws of India. Now, what punishment can include? Now, what are the punishment? Like your cancellation of admission, suspension of attending the classes, debarring for representative any of the national events, your suspension, expulsion from the hostel, rustication, expulsion from the institution, and also your fine up to rupees 25,000. Now these are the punishments and your regulation which was issued by the UGC in 2009. This is all about your punishments, your regulations, and about how this committee functions.